0-1 and 1, 0
But
and 1 and 1 for the Colts.
they ain't won. They
But
do
winless.
everything else but win so far.
Winless.
They ain't won. You ain't won, you lost.
That's right. It's football. This
True,
ain't hockey.
dude.
This ain't hockey. It's football.
Right, 100%. Yeah. Don't nobody care about that. You tied. Who cares? You lost. You lost. No W's. But fellas, honestly, who's in the most trouble right now in this 0-2 slump? Who would you guys consider in the most trouble? I would. I'm gonna start this one. I would say the Bengals, just based off the expectation of what they would be like this year. It seems like Joe Burrow is being sacked more this year than he was last year. I think they say something about he's been sacked like 13 times already.
Yeah,
So, and
that's crazy.
mind you, it's a revamped offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're trying to figure things out or what, but they struggling. And the way they playing, if you can't keep Joe Burrow upright, you mess around, you might not win a game.
That's right.
Pittsburgh teed off on him in Dallas. Michael Parsons had another 2-sack performance yesterday.
Mhm.
But I don't they gotta figure that out. What about you? Well, who is your biggest 0-2 that's in trouble?
Um, I can't really say that. I don't want to really want to say that these teams are really in trouble because it's only week 2. I mean, yeah, that the fact that they are down 0-2, but I just really say it's still early. But for me to answer your question, to answer the question, I should say, I would probably say honestly the Bengals just with just how our division is, because I think the Steelers are leading right now with 1-1 if I'm not mistaken, which it could have been us if we would have got the damn job done. But that's another topic for another topic for another day. But
Yes.
yeah, I'll just say the Bengals just because of how tight I feel like our division is going to be. Yeah, I just feel like especially with us playing the Steelers next week. I mean, I'm sorry, Thursday, and then I think the Ravens play. I forgot who they play. It doesn't matter. But anyways, but my point is, I'm just pretty much just trying to say the division is going to be tight. So I feel like the Bengals are probably in the most trouble right now with being down 0-2.
Yeah. I can't disagree with you. What John, what you got?
I for that same reason, I'm going to go Raiders. You're down 0-2 to Kansas City. I know San Diego's 1-1, but that's because they only lost to Kansas City. Like they play that same game against anyone else, they probably win. So, I mean, you are down 2 games in a division with the toughest, and Russell Wilson just gets better as the season goes on. So, now I don't know if that whole team can get better, but Russell's not he's gonna show up to every game, so you can't just count them out. Yeah, man, for me it's the Raiders. Because after seeing the Ravens defense, I know they were doing well, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fell off. But after seeing the Ravens defense and how slow the Steelers are to get the ball moving, the offense just it's really slow right now, just kind of sluggish. I think that division is not. I'm not saying wide open. I would never say that, but I think the door is still open for Cincinnati. I think if they go down, I know I have to look at who the Raiders play next, but if they lose another game, yeah, they play the Titans. So if they lose one more game and go down 3, that could be it. So whereas in the Bengals, if they lose one, at least only be down 2 games. I don't know. It's way too early in the season for me. For the Raiders, man. That running game looks non-existent. Devontae Adams 2 catches, 12 yards. It's him and they did not connect at all yesterday. So for me,
just to add on to what I said earlier, it do look like from what I'm looking at right now, it look like the Bengals got a little bit more tougher schedule, than the Colts and the Raiders right now.
Because if you look at that Bengals schedule, that Jets game.
Yeah, as we all can see, the Jets are
that Jets game, can go either way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Raiders have 5 more games against the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers. Like,
That's
I mean,
true.
so I agree. I agree. They're both
But
tough.
if you can't block for your quarterback, you can't
I mean,
really
yeah,
put many
that's
points on the board.
and that's the thing too. At least with the Raiders, these games are close. You know what I'm saying? And the Bengals is just like I said, like Joe Burrow just keeps on getting sacked, and I think he's been sacked at least like 3 or 4 times these last 7 games. So it's just like if that continue on, like I think some like an analyst said earlier. I mean, like he could possibly be on the path of an Andrew Luck type of path for real right now. It just if the way he keep getting hit.
yeah. He
Yeah.
said he likes to, he doesn't start playing until he gets that first hit or whatever. I'm sure I'm misquoting him, but the third, but the 7th hit at that point, I'm like, all right, guys, come on, you got
I
to
was about to say, like, yeah, I get the first, maybe the second hit, but I mean, damn, bro, like you've been sacked like 3 or 4 times these last 7 games. I would be pretty pissed at my offensive line. Like, man, like y'all got to get this shit together. Like, real talk. Like, I
But
mean,
the,
it's
and
gonna be a short career for me.